Alrighty, welcome back. Regularly scheduled programming on the garage floor side. We've been busy with driveways, and we are now officially back on the garage game. Finally caught up. So, this is going to be quite the transition today. This is a great customer of ours in East Brunswick, New Jersey. It's going to be turning this into a man cave, if you can't kind of tell. It's got the swag already. So, quite a bit of work we're going to do here. It's going to be a fun transition. What we're going to do, we're going to use this surface grinder. I'll go introduce you in a second. This is our 900-pound HTC surface grinder. We're going to use that to expose the white cap. We're going to go through. We're going to grind north to south and east to west to remove the fresh cap of concrete. It's going to expose the white cap. Once we're down to the white cap and all this paint has been removed, all this has to go. This is the peeling, chipping, flaking. This is why you don't use stuff from the big box store. People ask what's the difference between the material that you use and the material from the big box store. And let me just show you real quick, right? That's the difference. That's the difference between us and Rust-Oleum trying to sell you a system that's going to perpetually fail, and you continue to buy their product. So they sell it's a 100% water-based epoxy. Basically, once the material dries, all the water evaporates out, and it becomes brittle, it becomes flaky, and evaporates. So we're not going to have that with our system. We use a two-part epoxy system, intermediate coating. It's a 93% solid. Basically, it's a little bit thinner than the next coating, which is our intermediate coating, which is 100% solid epoxy. So the first coat goes in and weeps in. Once we grind down, I'll show you some footage. There's going to be exposed pores, and that first layer is going to soak into the concrete, go into the roots, and create a nice little bond, diffuse the first layer together. Once we're on top of that, we come in with our intermediate coat, and we put that right on top of that epoxy top coat, and then we flake into that. Once we're done with that, we do our polyaspartic top coat, which we're going to be doing tomorrow. So, a little education on that. Going to be grinding down. We're going to have to go under here with our hand grinder, 8-inch Hilti. Going to be grinding all the way around here. Carlos is taping up the cable on the side there. Always want to make sure that that's up and out of the way. And then we're going to be doing the stem walls. Stem walls today. Customer opted for us to come through. Flake, he said this is an entrance to the, you can feel the draft in here to the basement. He wanted me to put some epoxy mortar, mice get in there, throw some over there. Coat the stem walls with the same material, and we're going to flake into that. So the stem walls are going to be coated as well. So, quite a bit of work we're going to be doing here today. Obviously, we got to get some cracks to fill. Once we expose the white cap here, you're going to see all these cracks. We're going to be using our two-part polyurea crack fill to get these. Probably going to be a lot of those here. We'll see. I'd wager. So this is it. It's going to be a fun one. This is easily going to be my favorite transition. I don't want to go on too long here with the introduction, but this is our HTC 800-pound surface grinder. This is what we use to grind on the floor. These are diamond impregnated pads. Basically, there's a matrix and a bond in there that holds diamonds, and depending on the level and hardness of the concrete and softness, we change those. So these are 25 grit blue diamonds. This is for harder concrete. This is going to measure, we measured it as a 9 on the Mohs scale. I'll show you how we determine this real quick. This is the Mohs hardness test. This is how we determine the level of hardness of the concrete that we grind down. So it ranges from 0 to 10, and basically you want to create a scratch pattern. You're looking for a scratch pattern. What's going to create a scratch into the concrete? And depending on how hard it is, the higher the level the Mohs is going to go. So I already measured this. It was like an 8 or 9, but I'll just show you real quick. I think that's a 6, a 7. So 7's kind of scratching it. Let's see here. 7's kind of scratching it. It's getting there, but I'm liking the 8. 8's a little bit getting in there and doing it. But we need to see. We like to see that. That's when we know. So this is an 8 or 9. This is pretty hard concrete. So that's how we do that. That's the Mohs hardness scale. Talc being the softest material on earth, and diamonds being the hardest. So that's how we do that. From there, once we're all done with the coating, we're going to be using the Stonewash flake today. This is Stonewash. This is the flake. This is the vinyl paint chips that we use to disperse into the wet paint or epoxy. And this is a little bit lighter than Tidal Wave than we normally. That's one of our more popular colors right now. So try to keep this sub 5 minutes. We grind down from there. It gets sucked through these hoses into this dustless vacuum system. This is what we use to collect all the dust. This is a blast rack. Basically collects all the dust that would be airborne in the garage and all over these belongings. So not going to happen with our system. Going to be nice and dustless. This is the bad boy. This is the Dyson on steroids. And from there, this is our Hilti DG150. Again, these are little diamond pads in there. This is what we go through and we do the edges with. So that's the rundown. That's the gist of it today. Going to get the tripod set up, and it's going to be a fun transition. This is going to be a fun one for us today. So that's the walkthrough. If you made it all the way through there, appreciate you, and let's get some footage. I made quick work of that floor. All right, so what are we gonna do now? We are going to fill the cracks that are exposed and get these low spots filled. We're gonna be got my station set up over there. I'll show you that in a second, but that's what I was talking about with the scratch pattern. Let me see if you can see the rings in the concrete. This is what the grinder does. It creates a ring pattern. It's a planetary grinder, so it grinds pretty much every which way and creates these scratch patterns in the concrete, which is exactly what you want for the coating to absorb into. So that's what those are. These are the cracks we're going to be filling. As I expected, there was definitely some cracking. Looks like it's going around the support here. Going to get all this filled. Those little black marks are the boots when he was grinding. Going to get that filled. These little low spots right here. Boop. Sometimes, yeah, usually, at least in Jersey, they've got these little termite holes where they drill in. We're going to fill those. So you can't really see those until the floor is down to the bare white here. So this is it. Get you set up over here, show you how to start crack filling. Done and done. This is the finished product. This is the flake with the polyaspartic top coat down. This is the protective wear. This is pretty much the most important step in the whole process. These are the flake colors. Stonewash flake, light blue, dark blue, whites, grays. Polyaspartic tends to make the colors a little bit darker. So it's going to make, when you choose your flake color, just assume it's going to be a little bit darker than you originally chose. So you see any peeling? Where's the peeling paint? It's gone. It's never going to appear again. It is removed. It's ground away with our surface grinder. It's prepped with our epoxy base primer. Then it's stepped up with our epoxy intermediate coat, flaked with our flake paint chips, and topped off with our polyaspartic top coat. So it's a very serious system that we put down here, folks. Very serious. So, yeah, this is a fun project. Very happy with the results. Customer is over the moon. Really likes the way it came out. Loves the stem walls here. That always helps tie the project together. So I'm happy with it. Customer's happy with it. That's all we can ask for here. So got another one to do on Thursday, Friday, and a lot more to go after that. So this is the end result of the garage floor hustle here. So appreciate you guys tuning in. If you made it all this way, let's get some more.